Okay. So I'm Dr. Chaya Morali. I'm a pediatric geneticist at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas, and I've had the pleasure of working with Tango 2 families for a few years now. So before we get started, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and tell us about your child with Tango 2.
Yeah, my name is Angelique. I'm from the Netherlands. Married to Jeffrey for almost 8 years now. Two children, Alyssa and Liam. And Liam is now 9 and has Tango 2. We've known that from April 2017. Now,
Okay. All right. So we'll kind of get into that a little bit. So tell me,
yeah,
where does Liam's Tango 2 story start? How did his symptoms progress?
the first time we saw something different with him, he was about 1 year.
Hmm.
His muscle collapsed a little. He was very weak, and we blame it on he's being tired. So we put him in bed. Mostly, he's coming out of bed okay,
Hmm.
so that helps. A little later, his first epileptic seizure has been there.
Hmm.
I think it was about 1 year and 3, 4 months.
Okay.
So I hope my English is okay.
Oh, it's great. It's fine. Yeah.
Sometimes I have to think about the words, but okay. Um, we've come to the neurologic doctor,
Hmm.
but every time we've been in the hospital, all the blood tests always been normal,
Hmm.
so no difference in there. Um, we've been filming Liam's episodes, I call them,
Hmm.
to show the doctor what's the problem, but he couldn't help us. He's
Mm.
not he Yeah, the epileptic was not found. The blood sugar was always normal.
Hmm.
Every blood test was always normal,
Hmm.
so it's a little weird and strange for us.
Hmm.
Later on, we go to the specific children's hospital
Hmm.
and for a second opinion because the doctor couldn't find anything. And I think he was 2.
Hmm.
The doctor, it was in 2016, in July, I think.
Hmm.
Um, the doctor we've been to, he has read about Tango 2
Hmm.
and told us we have to do the DNA work done. And in April of 2017, we've got the diagnosis
I
as
see.
first child in the Netherlands. Uh,
Wow.
yeah,
So I had a
um,
few questions that I wanted to ask to clarify some of what you told
yeah,
me.
for
So it
sure.
sounds like Liam definitely has seizures, but in addition to that, he had the episodes of muscle weakness,
Yeah,
and those were separate from his seizures.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. And then which specialist was it who finally had read about Tango 2 and suggested testing him for it? Neurology.
Neurologic, yeah,
So it sounds like your neurologist was really a close partner in Liam's
yeah,
care.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad he got the diagnosis when he did. Now, one of the things that we hear from talking to families of kids with Tango 2 is that there's a lot of scariness, kind of a fear in that
Yeah,
experience, right?
yeah.
So, in your experience or your opinion, what is the scariest thing that has happened to Liam as a result of the Tango 2? What symptom?
Yeah, 2 years ago, he got a very big epileptic seizure
Mm-hmm.
that put him in a hospital, and for 2, 3 days, the doctors think we're gonna lose him.
Mm-hmm.
That was the scariest moment of my life, because we never knew if he's gonna wake up and how
Yeah.
he's gonna wake up.
Yeah.
But he did, thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
So yeah, that was a scary moment, and not
Yeah.
knowing. Um, the doctors over here don't know what to do
Right.
in most time. So yeah, that's the scary part.
And so you mentioned kind of the doctors over there don't know what to do. So has it been challenging getting specialists who understand Tango 2?
Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
have a metabolic doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I pronounce it okay.
Yeah.
um, she's got really into Tango too. She read
Hmm.
all about on the Facebook, on the research foundation.
Hmm.
So yeah, she's great.
That's good. So
Yeah,
you have somebody in your corner.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned a little bit about getting genetic testing for Liam. So it sounds like it wasn't challenging. Were there hurdles you had to pass, or did insurance have an issue with it, or was there financial issues or
No,
anything like that?
no. In the Netherlands, it's been very good taken care of. We don't.
Hmm.
We have to pay the insurance every month.
Hmm.
We can do everything for him.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. So that wasn't a barrier at all for you.
No, no. It's better here than in America, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some access to healthcare issues here,
Yeah.
and so it's interesting to hear about families from different parts of the world and how what their experience has been
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Liam's got an MRI scan. Yeah, all the tests you can think of he got, and no extra cost for us. So
That's wonderful.
yeah.
And so I was going to ask if getting the diagnosis changed your access to healthcare or specialists, but it sounds like it didn't
No,
change your access. But what things changed in your life or in Liam's life after you got the diagnosis? It sounds like he had a lot more specialty care and things like that, or
not in the beginning. We no, actually no,
Mm.
no. We with the back against the wall and never knew what to do until October. I found in 2017 I found a Facebook group from Tango 2, and that helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the reason why the doctors know more
Mm-hmm.
here than before.
Do you think that you were able to get information from the Facebook group and share that with his doctors? Is that how you were able to educate them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had to do a little bit of that work, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Was
my
it,
doctor
I'm
is
sorry?
a specialist than him. Yeah.
Yeah, we hear that from rare disease parents a lot. Now, did somebody refer you directly to a metabolist, your neurologist, as soon as he was diagnosed, or was it
No,
you
later
learning from
on.
the Facebook group that he needed to go to one?
No, it's more Liam got some problems with his feeding.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the nutrition was not enough. So then the metabolic doctor came around to check on what we can do about it. And
Mm-hmm.
now he has a tube, a G tube.
I see. Okay. Got it. Okay. So, what in your experience have been the struggles of caring for Liam, for a child with Tango 2? Because you have a child who doesn't have Tango 2, so I bet there's a little bit of comparison you can do in terms of what you have to do for his care versus your daughter's care.
Yeah, well, more eyes on him all the time,
Hmm.
more hospitals, more appointments with therapists. Yeah, different life, very different life. Yeah,
Absolutely. And tell me some of the positives of your experience of having a child with Tango 2.
I have family all over the world.
Mm,
Yeah, that's the most I learn about it. Yeah. Now,
yeah.
on the other side of the world are like Kasia, people like me
Hmm.
that understand my situation. I don't have that in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So understanding is the best thing that happens for us.
well, I'm glad. Is Liam still the only child in the Netherlands with his diagnosis?
There's one more,
Hmm.
but the context is very difficult.
I see. Are there other families in Europe that you're in contact with?
Okay.
Sorry, is it my internet connection?
I hear you now, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. I was asking if there are other families in Europe that you're in contact with, other Tango 2 families.
No, most of the people I have contact with are Marisela, Kasia,
Hmm.
Kara. Yeah.
In the US, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we've kind of reached the end of some of the questions I was going to ask you, but is there anything more you want to tell us about your experience or about Liam that we haven't talked about?
Um, I think all the Tango 2 kids are so happy.
Mhm.
I think that's the most beautiful of the Tango 2 kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that from some of the other parents. And what has it been like for your daughter having a brother with Tango too? How has that affected her?
Yeah, in the beginning, very difficult. She has grown up very fast. Liam was a lot in the hospital, so always stepping aside, always sleeping with her grandparents or something. Um, yeah, and now she thinks it's very special.
Mm,
Yeah, they're very close.
that's lovely. I'm glad to hear that. All right. I think we've reached the end of the questions we had. Thank you
Really.
so much for sharing with us.